Evening, good evening, bonsoir, buenas noches, buenas noches to investors in North and South America. Ohio, good day, Mr. And your hustle, so the child good morning to investors in Asia. Buenas noches, good night, Spokanoi Chai. Good night to investors in Europe and Africa. I'm Daniel Yu speaking from Hong Kong. It's 11th March here and 10th March in Wall Street. This week, I have three main points to talk about. Number one, saturation in e-car industry. Number two, from chip 4 to chip 6. Number three, market outlook. Subscribe, like, and share. Remember to click the bell, please. Watch our playlist again so as to grasp the continuous trend of the market will refresh your mind. After Apple critiqued the development of the e-car, it aroused some underlying problems. That is, the market of e-car has already saturated and we should have a better review. Ford has already lost 400 dealers in the past year. First of all, we should know that the industry is still in fast growing. Due to keen competition, a lot of changes are occurring, showing that it is near saturation. However, competition is not limited to various manufacturers joining the market, but also new types of cars, like BMW and Volkswagen, are developing hydrogen cars, which will be a new type of clean energy. In the last 3 months of 2023, BYD sold 526K fully electric vehicles, surpassed Tesla's 484K. Elon Musk thus has fallen to number 3 in the most wealthy person of the world. BYD is also going to establish plants in Mexico. Marco Rubio, the Republican senator, suggests levying 20,000 duty on each import of Chinese e-cars to protect the local industry. But Tesla stopped building another gigafactory in China and moved to Thailand. It shows that the production chain is moving to Southeast and South Asia. Another point is that the rise of market in that region. For the gigafactory in Germany, Tesla already purchased a railway and let it run for 24 hours for the sake of workers to use at any time. This means the focus is changing for survival. BYD also announced plans to build a factory in Mexico aiming at the US market. But in the UK, 2,000 e-buses are using BYD batteries, which may need emergency callback. 600 are running in London. Please keep an eye on the case. The EU announced to levy duty to Chinese e-cars because it is proof China is giving allowance to the sales, so they start registration on imports of Chinese e-cars now, and when legislation is passed in winter this year, it will date back to today. The UK is roughly in the near position of EU and US. Now Chinese e-cars can only sell freely to Australia. At the height of pandemic, Australia requests the WHO to go to China to investigate the source of COVID-19, and China banned the import of lobster, red wine, and coal, but released afterwards. And now BYD can have a market share of 14%, but Tesla 53% in Australia. For production of lithium battery in e-car, China occupies 80%, and the second is US, which occupies 6%. Now prove the lithium battery is not so environmental protection. A report from Wall Street Journal showing weight of e-car is heavier than traditional cars, and the brake system's pollution is 1850 times more. E-car now occupies 30% of carbon dioxide pollution. Now the BYD has a price cut for 3 consecutive months and led to a series of rate cuts in other brands, and total sales of Tesla inside China only ranks number 8. This is the current situation. Mind that the AMD follows the practice of NVDA. They want to sell semiconductor to China, but was banned by Commerce Department, so they specially decide a tailor-made chip for China, which is not so strong and can also within the sanction of the Commerce Department, like NVDA using A800 and H800 to replace A100 and H100. So the price of NVDA and AMD rocketed up because they are exclusive in such productions. As for ASML, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan phoned to the Netherlands government to ask them to ban the ASML not to sell the NXT 2050i and NXT 2100i lithography machine to China, even if the license is approved. They told Sullivan to phone ASML directly, and he did and was successful. Now, US helped ASML to develop their business in France as an exchange of gifts, but still under the sanction of not selling to Russia and China. US banned the maintenance of ASML for China. There's a team of 1,600 people in China. For the 1,400 machines purchased, when banned, all machines will be useless in 1 or 2 years. So the enterprises may have some loss, and Biden wants to extend the current chip 4 of Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and US to chip 6. That is add on Netherlands and Germany so as to compensate their loss in the sanction. When size, which is famous for length, is added, the development in semiconductor is believed to be upgraded sharply. Employment report is released. Non-farm payroll had a growth from 229K to 275K, which is good news to the economy, but bad news to rate cut. Of course, pool inflation is still going up. Unemployment went up from 3.7% to 3.9%. This rise in 2 points made it the highest level in recent 2 years of rate hike cycle. Originally, it went down to the level of Apollo project of landing of the moon in 1969, which is 3.5%, because of the reignition of Artemis moon landing project started 2 years ago. But another talk came out, which is artificial intelligence replacing manpower. The effect would not come out at once. But ChatGPT was introduced in November 2022, and with the effect of solar AI in early 2024, unemployment reached a new high in this period. Lo and behold, a new era has come. Market is still going up. In the 3 major supermoons of 2024, which are February, March, and April, we can choose stocks from top 25 market values. Mind the MSFD is exhausting. It occupies 12.63% in the Nasdaq 100 components, but the dividends are growing year after year, so even if it turns down, no need to be afraid. You can earn dividends more than last year. Apple, after the announcement of giving up e-car production, the price dropped from the investment of multi-billion dollars. The price dropped for the investment of multi-billion dollars vanished. It occupies 12.60% in Nasdaq, but in the long run, it is beneficial for them to concentrate on more profitable items. Already said the medium-term buying level is $172. NVDA now goes up to number 3 in the top 10 market value, and it occupies a ratio of 5.29%, but cannot reach $1,000. An adjustment will come soon. Google has just detected a spy from China who has stolen a lot of intellectual properties, and this is considered good news for the leakage has been found out and it will be founded from the bottom. TSM has already surpassed INTC and Sanction and now has the highest revenue of semiconductor in the world, and Morgan Stanley said it will be the next NVDA. The total market value is expected to reach 1 trillion soon. Watch carefully, it is going to develop another part in Japan and in Europe. But don't forget the tension in South Sea, Red Sea, and East Asia. Watch this chart carefully. 5 aircraft carriers as deployed to Asia. CSG means heavy aircraft carriers which can carry 90 planes on board. Reagan CSG is now in Yokosuka, and Roosevelt CSG turned off radar to be a stealth carrier in South Sea. Eisenhower CSG in Red Sea. ARG means light carrier which can carry 40 planes. America ARG now in Sasebo, Bantan ARG in Mediterranean Sea, CGC are petroleum frigates with helicopters, and that's why gold price goes up in an angle of 80 degrees of nearly $202,000. Even S&P is going up in 45 degrees, which is considered as the most ideal bull market angle. Some people worry that the current rise of AI stocks like NVDA and TSM are of bubble economy. Mind that they are not penny stocks, they are on top 10 of market value. The transaction volume of NVDA is even more than the value of Shanghai stock market and GDP of Hong Kong. Please refer to video 73, 2024, 0304. They are godfathers of chips. The demand in future is even greater than now. Anyway, we still should take care of normal adjustment, for it is really overbought now. TSM and Meta once they fell down greatly, but at length went up to previous level. This is what we call stocks of actual power. So subscribe, like and share. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, bye bye. See you next week.